Well, this is John Black, Super Chemist. And now, in the last video, first of all, the playlist this video is under matriarchy versus patriarchy, and I think it's part 3. And then I'm also putting it into the playlist called Pastafarian Rules. And I don't know what, maybe it's part 14 or something, I don't really know. But in the last video, I lost my train of thought right in the middle of what I was talking about. So I'm going to continue with that first, and then I will go back to what I was talking at the end of the last video. What I was saying is how did they get these single mothers, to happen? Why are there so many single mothers? First of all, they made no-fault divorce, okay, meaning anyone can get a divorce for no reason whatsoever. And then they got these Disney and the TV movies all telling them that a marriage is a magical thing with fairies and princes and white knights and white horses and blah blah blah. But that is not true. That's TV. That's fantasy. So these women now are taught just from, first from the media and stuff like that, the schools, everyone churning out this garbage that a marriage is a magical thing. It's not a magical thing. It's actually a business contract, for God's sakes. But so now when these women get married, they just, at the snap of a finger, they just leave. You know what I mean? They don't care. See, because the matriarchy doesn't like a family unit, okay? The matriarchy doesn't like a patriarchy, and the matriarchy always puts the woman at the high top of the list. Not even a rule book trumps a woman in a matriarchy. In a matriarchy, like in a patriarchy, a man is at the top when it comes to authority, but he is controlled by something above him, which is called the Bible, if you're a Christian, or whatever religion you are, or the family roles, or whatever you want to call them, that dictates what the man can and cannot do. There are, you know what I mean? Just like a coach in Little League. There's books above him that have the rules saying don't molest little kids in your baseball league. So they don't do that, okay? They don't have autonomy to just do whatever they want, you know what I mean? In a matriarchy, the woman's at the top and she makes the rules. If she wants to change the rules as a snap of a finger, she does it. That's what a matriarchy is. And with this no-fault divorce, in combination with the propaganda given to all of us in society, talking about how, it's all about Prince Charming coming on his white horse and his knights and sweeping the woman off of her feet, you know what I mean? So that's how they break up the family unit, right? And also get single mothers in there, because everyone knows now, even though women have equal rights to now, okay, since the 1960s, right, the Civil Rights Acts or whatever laws, so they can work just like a man, but who gets the kids? Always the woman. Always the woman. And it used to be, there was a reason for that, because the mother stayed at home and she had most of the time with the kids. So the kids were used to the mother more than the father. But now both parents work. Why does the mother get preferential difference over the man? They both can work. You know what I mean? But they always give the kids to the woman, like 90% of the time. Maybe even 95% of the time. The woman always gets the kids, okay? And so they're making single mothers, they're because a marriage is a contract. That thing you sign, that's a contract that you sign, saying that you will stay together forever. And women do not have the same loyalties as men in general. I'm not saying that there aren't, women that are loyal as hell and men that are not loyal as hell. I'm not saying that. I'm saying in general. Men have a more, I don't know how to put it in words, but, and I just lost my train of thought again. See, this is why you should never do drugs. I have no short-term memory because I smoked pot all my life. You know, and they act like smoking pot ain't going to do nothing to you. You're smoking plant material. You might as well just stand in a building is made of plant material, wood. Okay? You can't stand in a burning building for a lifetime. You know, or every hour you go out into the burning building for 10 minutes. You're gonna have effects from that. Same with smoking. So I lost my train of thought. That's how they got the mothers, the single mothers in there, and now they're spitting the same propaganda to their kids about how, you know, oh, if your marriage isn't perfect in every goddamn single way, and you don't have butterflies every second of the day, then you need to divorce, man. And you can do it now because there's no fault divorce. Okay? And that's how they perpetuate the machine to make more and more people into the matriarchy. Okay? And the other thing I was saying that was part of this, where I went off on a tangent, was I treated women, my girlfriends, you know, that type of thing, I treated them like queens, okay? And that was a mistake, okay? I fell into this crap about how men and women are the same and blah, 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 bunch of bull BS, okay? And I just keep losing my train of thought, man. Oh, so I treated the woman like a queen. But you know what happens when you treat someone like a queen? They act like a queen. You know what I mean? Just like if you treat someone like they're robbing you all the time, sooner or later they're going to rob you. Not because they're robbers, just because they're tired of you blaming them, saying, tell them how they're robbing you. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You tell someone they're a bad person, for a long time, they're going to start becoming a bad person. If you tell them a good person, that probably, you know, if you tell them enough times, and that might make them into a good person. Okay, but if you tell someone they're a queen all day long, and you praise them and put them up on a pedestal, then they think that they should be on a pedestal every second of their life, and that they are. Let me tell you something. I'm a Pastafarian and I'm a patriot of the United States of America, okay? And in both cases, we do not like monarchies, meaning kings and queens. As a matter of fact, we take kings and queens and we chop their heads off and we put their heads on a pike, all right? We don't like kings and queens, all right? So why are we always trying to refer to ourselves as the king of the house or the women? Oh, we're queen. We'll be a queen. I'm a queen. Saying you're a queen isn't actually a good thing. You're basically saying you're a tyrant that has, and the reason why you're a tyrant is because absolute power corrupts everyone. And if you're a queen or a king, you know what I mean, you have no one above you. You have no rule book, no constitution. You, as a queen or a king, you are the Constitution. You are the rules. You make the rules. If you want to change them by a whim, you can change them because no one is above you. Like a president, you got above you, you got a constitution and laws above you. But a queen has total control. Okay, I mean, unless there's a king. The king has total. Why are we referring to it? These two terms, king and queen, are very, very un-American and very un-Pastafarian. Okay, we don't like these two words in Pastafarian religion. All right, we don't like it. It's not cool. We think that kings and queens, if they're acting like kings and queens, not talking about the king and queen of England, they really have no power. You know what I mean? They're just kind of like decorations for England. I'm talking about real kings and queens that are basically dictators, okay? We want to chop their heads off and put them on pikes. because we don't believe in the queen and king in this country, right? But my whole point was, I'm getting off another tangent. If you treat a woman like a queen, guess what? She'll act like a queen. And a queen is an entitled person who doesn't have to account anything. She has no accountability at that point. She is on a pedestal. She thinks she's entitled. She thinks she's better than everybody else. That's what a queen is. Okay? And I made that mistake. I hope you don't. When I get into family, women, and men, playlist talking about those three things, everyone should watch it. Because everything I thought about family, because I grew up in a dysfunctional family, so I don't really know nothing about family. And my family, that, my kids and my wife was a horrible human being. I mean, literally horrible. And because I didn't have a I didn't have a mom or dad to tell me, hey, this is how a man acts, this is how a husband acts, this is how a wife acts, this is how a woman acts. I didn't have none of that. No one told me nothing, okay? So my definition or understanding of family unit or what a woman or a man or a husband or wife, they're all twisted in my dysfunctional family brain, you know what I mean? And if you watch my Pastafarian rules video series, you know that God himself came down to me in a dream, okay? And I also say that doesn't mean it was really God, okay? It's probably just I'm dying, and my subconscious wants me to get off my lazy ass and not lay in bed 24 hours a day and just die and give up on life. My brain, my subconscious wants me to get up, do something. And so it meant my subconscious most likely presented itself in a dream telling me, that he was God, and that, you got to get up off your ass. Oh my God, and again, I lost my train of thought. But anyways, you should watch the video series when I get into it, because everything I thought about marriage and all that kind of stuff is wrong. And the reason why I looked into it was because about a year ago I had that dream. And like I said, God, or the person portraying himself as God, came to me in a dream and said, hey, you're so good on morals. Not that I have good morals, because literally he told me in my dream I have crap morals. But he said, did I know what morals should be? You know what I mean? Meaning I've done some bad stuff in my life, things is wrong, but I always knew it was wrong. I never said it wasn't wrong. I always know what wrong and right is. Even if I'm doing something wrong, I know it's wrong. You know what I mean? I don't try to justify anything or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But that dream made me get up and investigate. What is feminism? What is patriarchy? What is a matriarchy? What is a woman and a man supposed to do biologically? What makes them different? What makes a husband and a wife? What is their job in their family unit? You know what I mean? All these things and a lot more that deal with family units, I was totally wrong on. Totally wrong. But I'll get into that in like I said, the video labeled Family Unit, Husband and Wife and Marriage, which is coming up pretty soon. Anyways, I went on a tangent here, so let's get back to, oh wait, I'm running out of time, 32 seconds. Okay, well, we will go back to because all I did was go over the stuff that in the last video, I lost my train of thought in the middle of the video, and I continued it here. Geez, and it took me a whole 15 minutes to do that? What the heck? So when I come back, I'm going to finish up wherever the last video was at the end. I'm going to continue that on to the next video. Okay? So you all have a great day, and always remember, Pastafarian religion rules.